Oh, hello.
Hi.
Oh, I'm never on this side of the screen. I
Oh, I
disagree with it. No, it's fine. I'm just picking on you.
look what I can do.
No, no. So, good morning or good evening or good afternoon to beautiful people out there in the ether that makes up the internet. It's not really made of ether. And we're going to do our very last lesson stream, but it's not our last session, is it?
No, it's not. So tomorrow we're going to have a closing party, and then next week we're going to have a couple more partner sessions.
Yeah. So the partner sessions are going to go over the portfolio project, which is the last project which we'll be looking at today. And we'll be looking at that in real world terms. I think that's sort of our most important project to look at in real world terms. Why?
Because I don't know if y'all know, today is going to be we're going to do the last project, but it's also going to be the most, how do I put this? Personal project? Can we call it that?
Yeah, well, I was going to be much more clinical and say, look, if you're looking to work as a web developer after this course,
Ooh.
oh, Ramon, do you need a portfolio page? Do you need a website showing off your portfolio?
It helps.
Okay, so I was gonna go a little spikier with that and just say, "Yep, you need one."
Okay, cool. No, great.
If you're looking to be a front-end developer, almost immediately folks are gonna
Yeah.
ask, "Oh, can I see your work?" So having a
Mhm.
portfolio page is a really important part of that.
Totally. Totally. And to be honest, showing that you've made your own portfolio on your own really showcases your skills.
So,
Oh,
what if my portfolio isn't done yet? What if I wanna make sure it's absolutely perfect before I put it live?
well, good thing we're part of the Bad Website Club, huh? The whole point of putting like and this is something that Phil Hawksworth from Netlify, who I'm going to get that link in just a moment, mentioned as well. Getting used to just pushing stuff up, pushing it live, getting feedback from friends, getting it out there really helps.
The perfect is the enemy of the good. Just go ahead and push go ahead. That's very casual, but just push it live even if you still think it's ugly.
Exactly. Here,
Yeah.
I'm going to post that link in here.
Everything's easy. Everything's fine.
You know what I should do? I should share my screen, huh? Here we go.
Oh gosh, are we I'm not gonna drive today. I'm gonna be lazy.
Oh, yeah, I'm happy to drive if you're fine with it.
Yeah. And I thought we might structure this in kind of a weird way today because when the learners are doing your portfolio pages, you're going to be making your own page. But I
Yeah.
thought, because I'm very lazy, that we might do this as like a client web developer type stream
Mhm.
where I'm going to be an exceptionally fussy client, which just means a regular client. And I'm going to say, Ramon, I'm so busy. I need you to make my portfolio page. But can learners do that? They need to make their own portfolio pages probably if they're looking for work.
I would recommend making your own portfolio page, but it also helps to watch how other people do theirs. It also helps to and hmm,
Hmm.
I might almost encourage folks if you're in the Discord, if you're like talking to each other, why not try making each other a portfolio?
Oh, that's so
Because
sweet.
right? Cuz I don't know about the rest of y'all, but I struggle a lot with figuring out like how to talk myself up. So, talking others up? Oh, I can do that no problem.
Oh, I love the idea of like setting up a little brag buddy network where you say, "Oh,
Right?
I've made this project and I guess I'm okay." And the other person's like, "I designed and implemented this project." And yeah.
Exactly. Ah.
So,
So, we're going to open up our portfolio web page exercise. I hope the screen size is okay. Do let me know, friends, if it needs to be larger. Shall we take a look at this example they have?
oh yeah.
Cool.
Oh no, this is quite nice. And the thing is, yours doesn't have to look like this. Web like
Exactly.
projects can look super different. Oh, so they put all of their free code camp projects in here. How did they put them online? Did they
Oh,
what
they're
did they
using
click on them?
CodePen.
Ah, they're using so we're not gonna like CodePen is obviously an option, but we've learned on the partner streams how to deploy things. So the deployments, like going ahead and just putting them all live as sub pages, probably makes a little bit more sense.
Yeah. Look
Yeah.
at that.
Oh, and
So
some
these
of
are
these are oh, I'm so sorry. Some of these are the JavaScript projects as well.
amazing.
So let's get started. I am your terrible client. I'm your worst
Cool.
client.
Ah,
So
I
we already have
respectfully disagree.
some user stories. And what we're going to do is we're going to build out some more user stories from client requirements.
Yeah.
So these user stories are saying welcome section, project section, and telling about us about the classes and IDs we need to have those pass. But these are really good user stories. Um, and you don't always get really good client requirements. So I'm going to be an exceptionally terrible client.
Ooh.
I was thinking maybe something pink.
Cool. But I thought you said terrible.
I mean, it's obviously something pink is not a bad idea, but if a client comes to you and says, "Oh, I just want something that's really pink, really, really now, really fashionable," you
Yeah.
say, "Okay, that doesn't tell me a lot about this website, does it?" But since I'm a bad client, well, no, I'm not even bad. Since I'm a client who wants what I want,
You know
yeah,
what you want.
I'd kind of like it to be pink.
Cool.
Um, and do you know what I kind of like
Let's
in fashion? Maybe not in fashion, but I really like kind of a maximalist vibe. Um, oh,
look. I'm writing a comment to remind myself what are your requirements.
do you know what I see these requirements spelled out as well. I actually do some public speaking with work, so I need a sub page for public speaking as well, or section. It could be a section.
Okay, we'll make that a section. And anything else?
I'd like a video as well embedded in the I want a video playlist in the public speaking section showing some of my old talks. It's a little bit advanced, isn't it?
That's totally cool.
Oh, because we've done video on page before.
We have indeed when doing
Everything's on.
our product page.
I think these are all my requirements. So here we've got project tile. I don't have any projects to show off, but we can make blank project tiles. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Oh, do you know what we could use as one of the project tiles? Is the
What's
Bad
that?
Website Club webpage. That's a
There you
project
go.
we've worked on.
Indeed. Bad website club project.
And do you know what? Because I'm a fake real client, I bet that requirement might change after the first iteration and review.
It's
So I'm
possible.
previewing because when you build a website for a client, you do want to capture. So you want to ask a bunch of questions. You want to, hey, what about this? Hey, what about this? Where do you see this sitting? But at the same time, people change their minds. So if you're giving somebody always, if you're building a website for them, give somebody a contract. Make sure you clearly spell
Yep.
out what's in this page. So what are the client requirements?
Great
How
point.
much they're going to pay you. Yeah. How they're going to pay you. You have 30
How
days.
quickly they're going to pay.
How
Yep.
quickly. But also you might want to specify the number of review sessions. So say, hey, you get
Yeah.
2 rounds
Good
of
point.
revisions. Because otherwise somebody will run you around for the rest of y'all's lives.
Been there. Been there.
I'm mean, so I will just fire a client like nothing and be like, "All right, keep your money. You have a good day." And that's not always how you get to be when the bills are due.
Cool. So we've got our requirements, we've got our user stories. Shall we start with a language, Jess? What
Oh,
language will
yeah.
this website be in?
The very good client question. I think this language is gonna be in English.
Great. So we're going to have a title Jessica Rose Portfolio.
And And this doesn't have to be first name, last name portfolio. This could be
Oh
hacker
yeah, sorry.
nickname portfolio, or this could
Sorry.
be.
I hope first name last name is okay.
Oh yeah, of course. I mean, I'm reasonably sure where folks know how to get me. Um, oh, and you're
I
just reflexively building out the
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I kind of
No,
went
no, no. This is
because
good.
we've done this before.
We have, and this is one of those things where I always have to look up the size. Yeah, the viewport meta. So I always have to
Every
look this
time.
up every time. But a lot of these things just turn into muscle memory. And
Totally.
muscle memory is where you've done it so many times
Whoops.
that you've done it so many times that your brain doesn't even get involved. You're just like HTML lang English. And you know what? For some folks, some individual parts, this never make it into muscle memory. For me, this viewport thing just never sits in my muscle memory, and
Same.
that's okay.
Same.
So we've got our title, meta, head. Let's go ahead.
Oh.
Oh, so we need a welcome section. Oh, no,
Oh,
you're
sorry. I
right. You're
forgot
right.
our CSS. Ref equals styles.css. There we go. I think our head is done. Now we can move on to our body.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
You're
Ooh.
totally fine.
So we've got to look at a combination of the user requirements I've had and the user stories here. And
Yeah.
I think we could start at the top with these user stories and add a welcome section.
So the
Would this
section
be
with an
the
ID.
this
Oh,
isn't a
yes.
nav, is it? Doesn't feel like a nav.
Hmm. No. Hmm. I have an H1. No, I don't think so. This will be a section. I think. Whoopsie.
Yeah,
I
this
think
this seems
above
like
that. Sorry.
it seems like when we saw the example page, they had a big "Hello, I'm so and so," sort of conceptually above the fold that took up that whole screen when we looked at it.
Which we can do as well, by the
We
way.
can't we don't have to though. Like
True.
I'm very get to the point.
Okay. Amazing.
Also, we'd have to if we did do a full screen welcome splash, we'd have to change it so that displays differently for people on mobile devices. Because
True.
I think it's super annoying when you're on a phone and you've got, "Hello, I'm so and so," taking up the whole screen. I didn't ask for that.
Totally fair. So we've got our nav, we've got our section. I think, Jess, we're ready
Mhm.
to also bring in some of our user requirements.
Yeah.
Do you
Okay.
have it? Do you have a shade of pink?
Oh, I don't have a shade of pink. But we could go to a color picker, or do you know, we could just use the keyword.
Totally fine. First thing I'm going to do is box sizing. Box, I already forgot how this goes. Box sizing, what's it called?
Border box?
Border box. Thank you. We're just resetting all of our borders to use the height on all of our HTML, and we're going to give our body the background. You know what I want to do, Jess?
Mm?
A theme. Let's call this.
Oh, so we're gonna use the variables. We're gonna set these variables.
Yeah. Is that okay?
Yeah.
That way we can come back and change it.
So what does this look like now if we get rid of the instructions and instead bring up the preview? Okay.
Ooh.
And this is a little weird because oh, do you know what's really exciting about this?
Yeah.
Is this means if we change our mind, we could change it in the variable.
Exactly. I'm
I'm
very excited about this.
really happy with just this pink. Pink is fine with me.
Yeah, I
Sorry,
think it
we've
looks
got
good too.
a shaky camera because we've got a little cat baby.
Little cat.
And to be fair, he is not far off the pink keyword color. Um,
Great. So we've got our nav bar, we've got our welcome section. How about we start filling some of this out?
hmm,
I want to have an H1 here with, what do you think?
we could we can oh, do we want it to be first person or second person?
I would say first person. Like I always like those. I am a thing. I am XYZ.
Oh, so instead, shall I have, "Hi, I'm Jess." And this feels very much like very old school computers. Like, uh, you'd
Yeah.
get, your operating system saying, "Oh, hi, I'm a Mac," back in the early '90s, back in the late '80s, back before many of you were born. Back
Oh.
before you were born, so I don't know why you're making eyebrows. Um,
Do we wanna grab a font?
oh, do we? I'm not that fussed about a font right now. We might deal with the font in revision. We had somebody suggesting Comic Sans, and I see this, I'm looking at it, but I think we'll go ahead and get this layout, and then we'll do a revision with the font.
Very fair. You know what I do wanna do, if I may?
Yeah.
I wanna light it in the center
Oh, no, that makes sense.
and maybe make it larger. How about 2 REM?
Oh, so that's gonna be double, because
Yeah,
REM is the size of a standard.
I think by default it's 16 pixels.
Oh,
Maybe it's 14?
unless you've changed your font.
Exactly.
Yeah. So rem is the size of a standard line of text. So when you say to rem, you say, hey, go ahead and double how big this is. And
Mhm.
using these relative fonts, relative sizes means that if we change our font, we're still 2 times a standard line in that font. Okay.
So, we've got that. Do we wanna change the color? Is
Ooh.
it time for a color scheme?
So we want it to be really high contrast.
Definitely.
So what we could do is we could go for a dark, dark pink and make it white. But I think I might want to leave it black for now just to keep a really, really strong
Well,
contrast.
tell you what.
Oh,
What do you think?
I think that makes a lot of sense.
So nothing changed, but if we do change our mind and say wanna go, I don't know, uh,
Oh, sweetie baby.
oh, I don't know, no, actually, we'll just leave it as black. I'm not about to do hexadecimal math.
No, no, everything's easy. Everything's chill.
What if, just for now, we go
Mm.
with a sans serif font?
Okay, so just a little chunkier.
What do you think?
I think this makes a lot of sense. Oh, it's very, very oop, social, very chill.
Yeah, kinda gives a warm vibe. Amazing. So what have we so we've gotta build out the rest of our sections, I would say.
Yeah.
So we had what was it? I'm gonna bring up the instructions again real quick because we had projects, projects. We had a project section. Uh, that's about it, really.
Projects. Sorry, I'm like taking notes on a piece of paper and pen as we go as well, just because oftentimes for me,
Yeah.
it's, "Oh, can we talk about that briefly?" As I viciously force you to type,
Hmm.
um, is a lot of people like to plan things in different ways. So some folks use ticketing systems, folks use
Oh
paper
yeah.
and pen. It's is there a right way to do this?
No.
Isn't that lovely? Just like, yeah, do what works for you.
I think one of the if I may share a personal thing that I keep coming back to. I think for me, what I like is that I'm very go 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 do all like check all the boxes. And when I team up with someone who's perhaps more detail oriented than I am, go like, "Oh, hey, like this should be what if we fix the wording here? What if we tighten this up here? Was this on purpose?" And I was like, "No, no, I was just going through it." And I feel
I
like that
just
dynamic
vibes
works well.
based. Let's go with vibes based, yeah, let's it could be a little bigger, and it's relatively unusual that you'd be building this in real time with a client here, isn't it?
True, true, totally. You'd have like when I do a lot of client work myself, I like to just send screenshots every now and then, be like,
Oh,
even though they're super work in progress, and maybe this isn't the best approach, but again, like we said, there's no tried and true method of just being like, hey, what do you think? And they're like, oh, but it's missing this section. It's like, yeah, I know,
yeah,
sorry,
yeah.
that's coming.
And, like, some folks like to send yeah. So let's just hustle through this, where
Yeah,
now
cool.
I'm a real client where I was like, "Chop, chop, chop."
Okay, cool.
Uh,
So we need a section for, what's it called? Projects,
projects. And then I think can we put a section in a section?
I believe.
Oh, so while you're doing this, Mitch makes a really good point. So here, Ramon is focused on getting the MVP, so the minimum
Ooh,
viable product
what
done
is that?
quickly. So this just means the smallest amount of work that leaves you with something that does the job.
Oh, I like that.
Um, and a lot of times clients are like, no, 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 I want to see it completely finished. But a big benefit to sketching it out first is if somebody says, oh, I changed my mind. I want this to be purple and I want it to be completely different. I want it to be a video.
Yeah.
You haven't done the whole thing. So showing your work early and often, like you suggested, and like Mitch suggested, getting a quick MVP done, sketching it, and then passing
Exactly.
on.
Another section of videos. No,
Video
talks.
talks. Oh yeah, because talks are different.
Oh, unless you want to put them in.
No, no, I think you're right. I think conceptually, projects is different than talks.
Cool.
And my portfolio is going to feel a little bit different from most of our learners because I'm not actually a web developer day to day.
Okay.
So I could include some of these free code camp projects I've worked on, but if I've got a fabulous, actual, proper, deadly, serious developer as my what's the opposite of a client? As my freelancer
Contractor,
contractor?
maybe?
Hmm.
Sorry, I got distracted because I'm looking for colors.
No worries.
um, but yeah, I think what we can do is have those. Uh, yeah, we can adjust this as we go as well.
Everything's fine. Everything's going to be fine.
So we've got our projects. What should we have here? Should have at least one element with a class of project tile to hold a project. Should contain at least one link to a project. So how about we have here an H2 that says, these are my projects,
These are my projects. Seems delightful.
and let's do the same here, but these are talks I've given.
Oh,
What do you
yeah.
think?
I'm do you know what? Even though this is something I could change later as a client, I might say these are projects I'm proud of.
Okay. These are projects. Cool.
Yeah. That's very me.
Love it. And we're going to
Okay.
style them real quick.
Oh, so what we've often done is do a bunch of HTML first. And what we're really doing here is tabbing between the HTML and CSS to just sort of style things out and feel out how we might want them to feel at the end.
Yeah. Sorry, yeah, I tend to be a little bit chaotic in this.
No, no. And this kind of reflects the kind of workflow I might usually take as well. So this is really chill.
That's reassuring to hear. Cool. And check it out. So we've extracted a selector for H1s and H2s because I want them to be consistent in font.
Yeah. Oh, that makes sense. Can
Yep.
does H star work?
Good question. Let's find out. It does not.
It does not. Does just H work?
Mm, no, I
It does
think
not.
most of the CSS I've ever seen, if you want to target all of the headers, you're going to have to do H1, H2 through 6.
I'm chill with that. Or create a class for a header and apply it to all of your headers.
Yeah.
I'm okay with that.
Can I try something fancy?
Is it the blank tag? Because I've tried it. It doesn't work anymore.
No, I kind of want to have sections alternate in color, in
Oh,
background color.
yeah. Can we stick with kind of the Easter eggy feel?
Yeah, of course. I was going to think
Yeah.
like a lighter pink.
Oh, do you know what we could do?
Please.
is we could set gradients to start at the top of one section, so go from dark to light, and then on the
And light
second
to dark.
section, light to dark.
Oh, that makes so much
That
sense, and
way
it's
it
so
kind
good.
of looks like it fades in and out.
Yes, okay, okay, yes,
I
100%.
especially like today's session because we're doing almost none of the coding y'all need to
I'm
to
s
get it.
we'll get it done, I think.
And I think we're gonna have to use classes for this because 'cause we're gonna want one top to bottom gradient
Yeah.
and one bottom to top gradient.
Yes, but I think if we play our cards right, we might not need to.
Okay.
I kinda wanna try this. So, linear we're gonna need a new color, by the way. Is there background, let's call it alt? Is that okay? Background
Yeah.
alt? Light pink? Is there a light pink? Maybe peach? I'm very bad at
Oh,
CSS.
we're not gonna see it until we see it.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Fair point. Uh, let's try it here.
Oh, do you know what? We could go for antique white, so it comes between, pink and cream, and I think
Love it.
antique white yeah, just like that.
Perfect. So background is a gradient, linear gradient
Linear gradient.
that goes from var pink. No,
Bar background, yeah. Uh,
to var. Oh, sorry. Yes.
oh, don't we need our percentages?
Not no. If we don't put in percentages, it'll do it automatically for us.
But like 50 fi Ooh, oh, this is feeling very, very late 90s web design, which I'm really, really excited about. Look at this. These are horrible. I love them.
Now I want to try a pseudo selector.
Okay, you do that while I marvel at how pink to antique white has a very sausage effect. Like,
Because I think what you can do is CSS selector even child.
oh.
How does that work? Nth child odd, nth child even. This is it. So
Oh, so we can set different so we can set the gradient to go one way on the even children of the body and
exactly.
one way and the opposite direction for odd children of the body. And I think this will be a lot more apparent when these sections are a little bit bigger and you can see, oh, look how horrible this is. I love it.
We're getting there.
Oh, can we switch even and odd around though so that it starts from the oh no, you're right. So the issue is
What's going on here, I wonder?
well, because it comes from white to pink, pink to white, and then it's at 100%. So we would need to fade back out in order to have it fade in and out.
Ah, you're right. Yeah.
And we could do that by because I really like the effect of between Hi, I'm Jess and these projects I'm proud of looks really
Yeah, this
cool.
doesn't look right.
But we could add pink to the gradient. Can we have more than 2 colors in a gradient?
Colors in a gradient. Yeah, we can have several.
So
So
I
you're
think we might
thinking,
not need to use the nth children at all. I think that we
okay.
could fade both in and out.
Oh, I see what you're saying. That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
So var back to the background.
Yeah, so I think I over-engineered this where I was like, "Oh, 1 star s this is exact and this still looks like sausages, but neon sausages, which I'm very and I think as these sections get bigger, that these are gonna become a lot more subtle and a lot more chill. And that's one of the fun things
Oh,
about working with clients and the most stressful is you get direction like, "I'd like these colors to feel a lot more chill," or, "They look a little sausagey, don't they?" Uh,
Cesium's making a point that I'm also intrigued by, which is like, is it because of the margin? Could we try something real
yeah,
quick, Jess?
yeah, yeah.
Let
We
me
are
just
in no kind of hurry.
because I kind of want to. I kind of want to see this through. I wonder if we take away the margin from every element and every padding, if we reset everything, look at that. Now it's kind of alternating
Oh, it
better. We just need more
does.
content.
Yeah. So we do want to vertically center each. No, no, no. As we add more content, that'll magically happen.
We're
Yeah,
gonna
padding might do it.
so we're gonna have padding for the sections themselves. 1 REM. Oh, actually, we could make this like 3 REM in general.
That's what it looked like in my head.
Yep,
And
same.
see, clients are definitely gonna say stuff like that, where I was like, "It was different in my head." You'd be like, "Describe how." I'd be like, just
Thanks,
different."
Cesium. Yeah, this looks great. I unapologetically love this.
And if we wanted to be weird, we could have it start with pink to antique and then go into blue to antique. So we could do a bunch of weird stuff here. But I really like this sort of faint sunburn vibe. In the in
Ah,
the user stores, are there any other requirements we need to do?
yes. Sorry, I got
No,
distracted
no.
by
Why
this.
would you be sorry?
So we have we need to add a couple projects. We need to have some links in our nav bar. Portfolio should have a link with an ID of profile link, which opens your GitHub or FreeCodeCamp profile in a new tab. Should have at least one media query. The height of the welcome section should equal to the height of the viewport. So we do need to do that stretchy thing.
What?
So it says here, number 10, the height of the welcome section should be equal to the height of the viewport.
Oh, so we do need to have it take up the whole above the fold.
Yeah. So we can do that with the hashtag welcome and have the height be
100
100
V.
view H.
So I guess, do we want to put something there?
We should. The high just should be there. I'm confused as to why. Did I misspell it?
Hang on, can you do a screen grab really fast? I'll give you an image to put in there.
Oh, yes.
Hang
How do
on.
you mean?
Well, I'm gonna get rid of this. I'm gonna
Okay.
get rid of you. If you can screen grab that, wait. If you can screen grab that, we can put. Wait. Sorry, I'm just being goofy.
No, no, no. No, you were great. I was about to do it. I'm so sorry.
Oh,
Could you?
wait, sorry. Where's the best way?
Got it.
um, and A, just wanted to be, but B, I wanted to model that you can just be a little weirdo on your own site. Nobody can stop you. And
So I'm
oh,
just gonna,
please.
sorry, I'm just gonna download that image. Oh, we need to
Or
host it somewhere.
upload.
Where are we gonna
That's
put it?
chill. Throw it up on Netlify on one of your other sites and link to it.
I love it. Okay. Okay.
We could put it in a GitHub site. We could do a lot of things with it. We're just going to be lazy because we've been using Netlify a lot, and Mr. Hawksworth was nice enough to come and show off.
I'll put it in our used sci-fi books repo for now.
You know what? I love. Can we hot link to an image in GitHub?
Totally.
We can.
Yeah.
All right.
So here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna drag. Let me just give this file a different name. So there we go. I'm going to commit that directly to the main branch. So there's our just.jpg. So what we can do is...
Oh, can we put text on top of an image, though, without doing image editing?
We totally should be able, because we're going to use...
Is it
copy image.
Z-index? Is it Z-index?
You better believe it. So let's do some stuff here. So we got the HiMJS. We're going to put the image behind the IMG with a source of you. Then we're going to have an alt of Jess gesturing upwards. How's that?
Weirdly at the camera.
Weirdly at the camera.
Or
I
at the
would
viewer. At the viewer.
at the
Yeah.
viewer. I like that. Oh, gesturing. No, that's a pun. No.
Jail. Jail. We can't actually send people to jail for
Now, we're
yet.
going to have to remove the padding from our welcome section, which is totally fine, so that the image is sort of centered in there. We good so
Okay.
far?
And we're probably gonna have to resize this because this is wild.
It's big, but we'll get there. So, first of all, the welcome image is the welcome part is totally fine. Let's remove the padding so that the image is top, like front row center. Then we're gonna have the. Now we could put a class in this image or an ID. We can also use fancy selectors welcome img because that's going to be the only image in our welcome
Oh,
section.
yeah. Okay. That makes because we're like, if we it's likely that we could change that image out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So actually, this isn't quite right
It's
because we're
not.
probably going to want to crop it somehow. I think there's going to be some like overflow cover stuff.
Do you know what? I'm not actually married to this image, so we don't have to. So 100% view. Yeah. Okay, so here it's not very responsive, but it does take up 100%. Can we make it automatically center itself within the viewport?
Let's find out. Center image cover background CSS. Oh, I don't want to
Hey.
center a background image. I want to center a background, an image. I'm going to remove
Oh,
this
but
part.
like,
Oh, sorry.
wait. You're over engineering this.
Am I?
Because if we want the text on top, we could use a Z index. But this is the first time we've heard about this background image. Why don't we set it as a background image, center it, and then position the text relative to the parent section?
That does make sense.
I mean, I'm just lazy. So I was like, wait, this background image thing. This feels like a background image.
It does. We haven't seen many background image things yet.
I think time moved on. It used to be quite common.
Yeah. So I've removed the image for now. And instead of having this, what we're going to do is have, as just very cleverly suggested, a background dash image set to be have the URL of, and now we're going to have that URL of Jess's photo, which right now is quite large. No repeat. Definitely don't want that. Let's take a look again. Let me look at. Bless
Sorry.
you.
Mitch is making a really good point to say, oh, you know what? We could set this horizontal margin to auto, and that might be a really good way to do this.
Yeah. Oh, there we go. Mm-hmm. We want cover. That's the one.
Oh,
Background size set to cover. I think we're left in the same situation as before.
I mean, but it does. Ooh, ooh, ooh.
Oh, actually, that gives us the authority to do top and left.
Yeah. And the other thing is, if I want that text to land where my blurry hand is, that's roughly 50% down. So we can use janky relative terms and it'll be fine.
Hold up. Position. Absolute. Right?
Hey.
Actually, 50% is perfect. Top 50% and left. Left, we're gonna have to be a little bit more precise with. I'm gonna guess here.
I'm just going to say
Uh,
10%
okay.
because it's
10%.
not always going to be 22 pixels on different screens.
I think it actually might be just because the image. Actually, we
Oh,
haven't tried resizing the height yet. You're right. You're absolutely right.
yeah, I love it. And look, if it gets too small, it looks weird, but it looks weird anyway. It's fine to be weird.
I think this is great. Now, I would argue that The contrast here isn't great. Maybe you want to make this the pink color. What do you think?
The oh, I think we want to embiggen it.
Okay.
Embiggen being because like I've been me a long time, and I'm reasonably suspicious that my blurry hand is the exact same sunburn color. And it might be that this image just doesn't have high enough contrast for it to be okay.
Yeah.
Not everything you try is gonna land, and that's fine. I mean,
I have
it's
an idea.
heartbreaking, but fine. Yeah,
I have
what
an
you got?
idea. So I'm going to try something. Here's a fun trick, by the way.
Is it a
Um,
fun trick?
it
Ramon
is.
lies all the time.
So here's my background color set to black. Of course, can't read it anymore. However, when you do hexadecimal colors, so red, green, blue, if you put in 2 more hexadecimal values, it's also the alpha channel. So let's make that.
Oh! Oh. We haven't talked about Alpha Chan at all yet, have we?
We have.
Oh, never mind. I totally keep up with what we're doing. And the alpha channel is how transparent
Mm,
or opaque the element is, not the text.
correct. So we can give it just a tiny bit of a shadow.
And do you know what I want on that?
What's that?
It is a weird box. You know what we could do is we could leave it completely black. And then we could turn the yep. And then we could add a little bit of padding and set the boo, 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 you know, the thing that radiuses the border. The border
Ah,
radius. The thing that radiuses the border is absolutely how my brain works. I'm sorry.
25%?
Yeah, we just wanna
Hmm,
ooh,
maybe that's good.
it looks like a big pill, and I'm kind of okay with that.
I think that's better. But yeah, pretty cool. I learned, and like you might think like, oh wow, Ramon is teaching us things that like obscure knowledge. And I mean, to be honest, I hadn't heard of this until this year. I think it's amazing.
The
The
opacity?
last the last two colors being the last two numbers being the alpha channel.
So I like this. I think it's gonna look weird on smaller screens, but I'm fine with looking weird.
Nick
Hey,
says,
and this is a great way to frame it to say, "Look, this is quick and dirty styling, and for this being quick and dirty, this is fine. It can't hurt
absolutely.
us." And the thing I really like about this is, even though this is kind of janky for folks who might be visiting on smaller screens, this is still gonna be really accessible to folks using assistive technologies. So you've still got the background image. Does an alt text pop on a background image?
No, sadly, but one might argue. Hmm.
So it is purely decorative. So
Yeah. So
I'm
by
okay with
not
that.
having, there's not going to be an image. Sorry, an image isn't going to show up on the markup. So when we're going through an assistive technology and we're reading out our website, there's going to be no image.
You know
So the
how we can add something that's not there for yep.
let's do it.
Have we covered Arya rules at all? Well, yeah, we sort of previewed them a little
Very
bit.
briefly. Very.
So actually, this is a really good time. Arya, come here, Bubba. One of my cats is named Arya because I've got two boy cats and a girl cat, and my girl cat is so unnecessarily clever that she helps the gents get into trouble. So she's always the one opening a package. So she is my least favorite assistive technology in my home.
Ah,
And she's just staring at me from across the room. Whenever you're like, "Cat, come here," they're like, "No, I'm a cat." So we could use an
ah.
aria role to add some additional context, or we could also add a invisible div. So we learned about that screen reader only class.
Is it Arya role hidden? Is that what you meant?
Oh, so by default, this background image is going to be hidden anyway. I don't think we have to hide it further.
Yeah, I thought if I understood correctly, what we were doing here is adding the image,
Yeah.
making its ARIA role. Oh, Oh, sorry, we're not hiding the image. We're gonna
We're
hide it with
we're exposing the alt text to say, "Hey, there is an image here."
right,
And what I think the easiest way to do that is not actually Arya.
but with styling the image to not show up.
Using the SC only accessibly a so we can either
No.
Arya label it or use a screen reader only class.
Oh,
And we've definitely done both of these in this boot camp.
how do we do it?
Um, heck.
Screen
Uh,
reader only. I don't think I've ever done screen reader only.
so we've definitely done that. SC only. It was
SC only.
only class free code camp. So I'm
Maybe
actually
it's in
looking for the specific
Mediafire?
lesson we looked at. So here's the free code camp forum.
Great.
Hey, so here is, and I'm gonna feel like I'm picking on somebody when I put their forum. I won't put their forum post in. Um, but somebody was asking in the free code camp forums, which are so useful. They were saying, "Hey, can you explain?" Because we learned this SR only class creation, and we set the position to absolute. We move it left
Oh,
negative a lot of
so we
pixels.
just like
We hide
yeah,
it from visible process.
gotcha.
And we could do that with text. We could say, "Hey, here's a paragraph or here's a fig caption." Oh, we don't have a fig to attach it. So here's a P, and it says, the background of the background of this section is a picture of Jess."
Amazing. So we've got an SR only class. Its position is absolute. It's thrown way out into the left. Remember, it's
Into
got
the
a width
ether.
and height of 1 pixel. Its top is automatic, and its overflow is hidden, so it's not gonna like expand out. This is
Yeah,
super helpful. So the only thing we need to do now is give this image the class of SR only, and off it goes into the ether.
ether. Oh,
Well, way off into the left of our viewport.
which is where the ether lives anyway. All around your screen, behind your screen, just ether. We're going
Amazing.
very 17th century physics on this, and I'm fine with that.
Great. So that way we've taken into consideration the fact that folks with using assistive technologies can see this image. Great. Um, shall we check our progress, see how far we are into the instructions?
Yeah, like two. And one
Let's
thing I
see.
really like is for a lot when we first started our first project, we went through most of these and got them to pass. And here, oh, we don't. We've passed for having a nav bar with an ID of nav bar, but we don't, do we? Oh, you did, you
We
did.
do. What
Oh,
I'm a mistake I made is I called this section welcome when it should be called welcome section,
ooh. I mean, I
which
think welcome makes
means
more sense.
I thought so too, but hey, I'm not gonna argue. Welcome dash section. Do we have any more welcome stuff? I think that's it. So we should still be working good. And if I run our tests again, we should have considerably more. So we need to have a project or two. We need to have a couple links. Yeah.
But do we actually? Can we not say, well, that was fine?
Sorry, which one?
I feel like so we're not quite at an hour. We've got a couple
Yeah.
of these passing. So obviously we're gonna be so excited to take anybody's questions, but
Oh, yeah, please.
I think this might be a really, really valuable one to kind of leaves folk and it sounds cruel to say, "Oh, I think it's gonna be valuable to leave people hanging."
Do we maybe want to put this up on CodePen so people can use this as a starting off point, or would we rather not do that?
I would rather not put my goofy picture up on co
Totally understand.
I'd be like, "Oh, I'll definitely show the internet." I have no but, and we haven't got that much done so far.
Yep, we've
Um
laid the groundwork.
And the thing is, all next week. So doing a portfolio page is so hard. Next week, if we've got time, we'll try a couple different approaches. And the thing is, next week, when for the partner sessions, we're not necessarily going to make sure every one of our tests pass. We're going
Yeah.
to make sure the important tests pass. We do have a nav bar, we do have a welcome section, but we don't have to keep the classes the same. So a lot of what they're teaching you here, a lot of your class must be, that's not always true in the real world.
Great. to ask. I'm going to write into the chat. Don't forget to ask questions.
If
Because,
you've got questions.
of course, shall we perhaps briefly cover, since this is the last lesson,
No,
what it
it's
looks
not. No.
well, the
It,
last of
this boot camp.
for this boot camp. Do we want to briefly take a look at what getting our certification looks like?
Oh, yeah. Because that's a question we see a lot, and that's a really reasonable question.
Yeah,
So go to settings to claim your certification. Okay, and
exactly.
our
So
settings are all the way at the top.
correct. So I mean, just to quickly remind folks to get your certification. And remember, there is no deadline. There is no rush. There is there are 5 certification projects for this boot camp. We've got the survey form, the tribute page, the technical documentation page, the product landing page, and the personal portfolio web page. Completing and getting 100% on all 5 of these will make you qualify. Yeah, will qualify you for that certification. So you can click on going to your settings, and that's going to take you all the way down here, and you can click on claim certification. If I do that now, since I haven't done all of them, I actually, oh, hold on.
Boo boo.
I need to first agree to our academic honesty policy.
You
So,
didn't just copy off of Jess and Ramon.
yeah. So, copying someone else's work is plagiarism. Um, fantastic. Make sure that you've read through this, make sure that you abide by it. Then you can agree with the academic honesty policy. Then I can go and click on claim certification. However, I, on this account, have not completed the necessary steps
Ooh.
because I've been kind of all over the place while doing this bootcamp. We've been taking turns, so we've been doing this on different accounts. So it's going to look a little bit different for me than it would for you. But that said, once you're ready, you can click on claim your certification and you should be receiving it. And then you should be able to show it off to the world. So
You
this
can
is
put
what
it
I'm
on LinkedIn. You can put it on your portfolio. Create
indeed.
a separate section for certifications and qualifications.
I have that on mine. Yeah,
That's so sweet. I love that so much.
of course. Yeah, we gotta talk ourselves up in this world.
I don't, but y'all do.
So, once that's done, believe it or not, friends, you are done with the free web development bootcamp. You're ready to go off. And hey, check out the other certifications that are here. So, we did the responsive web design one, but there's a whole mess of other ones like JavaScript algorithms, front end development libraries. I believe there's a new Python one.
Is there a new?
Co-
Wait, what do you mean you believe? Show us. Show us. Oh, call it. Oh, I'm really bad at traditional maths. Ooh, foundational C.
This one is actually brand new, and our dear friend of ours, Jess from Microsoft, worked with Free Code Camp to get this up and live.
Who is
I
that?
Mr. Hanselman.
Who's the calmest man in technology? I am not surprised to hear he'd be involved.
So this is something we could explore someday. So there's a whole bunch of stuff you can do. So let's talk about what's happened next real quick. Tomorrow, we're going to have a closing party. On next week, on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, even though there won't be core lessons, there's going to be 3 partner sessions. So don't miss those. Jess and I are going to be back doing amazing stuff with our portfolio page.
We're going to have a very calm little time. Nothing bad is going to happen.
How about some links for where people can get in touch and all that before we go off for the day?
Oh, just for the day. We'll come back.
Yeah.
So, if folks wanted to see just the website we made, which is very bad, the Bad Website Club does do boot camps, but we also do regular seasons in the middle. So we did a season of 4, 6, 12, 47. We did a season where we looked at no code and low code tooling, and that was really nice.
Mm-hmm.
The boot camp schedule is no longer as applicable, but y'all can come and hang out on Discord. That's not going away at the end of the boot camp. It's at bit.ly bwc Discord invite. You'll have to say hello and emoji respond to something to be able to chat, but we're right there. There's also a forum on the Free Code Camp forum. It's bit.ly bwc bootcamp-forum. Yeah. If you're watching us on YouTube, you know where to find us on YouTube. If you're watching us on Twitch, you could search for the Bad Website Club on YouTube, and all of these videos will stay around forever.
I think that's
Everything's
it.
fine. Shall we? Are you going to have a very homework, homework, homework?
What's our homework?
What's our homework? So I'd be very surprised if folks were completely done with the boot camp at this point, because I wouldn't be. Like, we've gone very,
I'm
very quickly,
certainly not.
right? So spend a little bit of time working on some of the lessons or some of your projects. If you are completely finished, tune up, refactor a little bit. So, oh, hey, style your projects a little bit more if you have time, if you want to. But the most durable, and this lasts well beyond the boot camp ending, is please, as a personal favor to us, be as gentle as you can to yourselves. Like, the whole world is loud and weird. This is just programming.
And remember, the Discord, the forum are there to support each other. Can I recommend something again?
Oh,
If y'all want to
exciting.
like collaborate on stuff, please use this platform to, give each other feedback, ask questions. We're there too to answer them, but feel free to answer questions too. This is why this is a free web development bootcamp, because we've got each other to support each other and keep each other motivated.
Amazing. Perfect. Durable. Wonderful. Thank you so much, Ramon. And
Thank you,
tomorrow
Jess.
we'll be just doing a Q&A and having a very laid back time. It might be fair to folks who can't join us live to take some Q&A stuff in Discord to pass that along, but
Amazing.
everything's easy. For now, shall I let you go?
Sounds good. Take care, everybody.
Bye, team.